Hello, and welcome to the weekly energy weather report. I am so excited to jump in and bring this special report to you. The goal of this is to give you a heads up of what to expect energetically throughout the week that enables you to prepare and to make the choices of how to engage. So rather than life happening to you, you get to be aware and really stepping into a place of can't clearly, don't like that word. I hesitate to use the word control, but I think of it more as a dance of effort and surrender. So let's jump into this. And by the way, if we haven't met, my name is Irina Miller. I am a spiritual life guide and what I call an energy alchemist. My joy is bringing you all the sacred practices and traditions that I've been studying for the last 2.5 decades to make very unique energy recipes to help you on your way. Everything from astrology to energy healing to crystals to cards to goodness gracious, if it's out there, sacred geometry, meditation, breathwork, pranayama. I will be initiating, studying it, and bringing it to you. Without further ado, let's jump in and let's start with the cards because that's always a fun way. So I think of the cards as an opportunity to open up dialogue so that you have a chance to simply see, all right, overall, let's just kind of get a check-in. What is the most important thing that you be aware of this week? So as we go into the week, let's see who pops up. Aha. Three of Wands. So Three of Wands popping up means you've already made up your mind. The decision has been made. So sometimes we don't always realize it, we're still kind of maybe looking for validation or confirmation. Should I? Shouldn't I? I don't know. But you know what? Your mind is already made up. You've already made the big decision. Now it's a little bit of a waiting period. So you have this amazing girl with her surfboard, and she's really there standing on the shoreline waiting for the right wave. She's not going to just take any wave that's coming at her, but she's pacing herself. She's timing. She knows that when the wave comes in that's meant for her, she's going to jump on it and she's going to ride it and find that great joy. The hard work has already been done, the decision making. So this week, I want to invite you to keep your eyes and your heart, your ears open for the opportunities that are coming your way. And this is going to be helpful because we have a new moon in Virgo coming up on Thursday. So big thing, when I look at the astrology on a daily basis, the most important thing is to really figure out where's the moon, because the moon is what affects us on a day-to-day experience. It ties in with our emotions, it ties in with our past, our childhood. And to do that, I love going to my Inside of the Moon journal. This is something that I created because I hadn't found anything out there like it. And my heart desired a way to say, okay, what is the moon doing? I need to be able to track it so that I can be prepared for the week ahead and I don't have to beat myself up for, wanting to stay in over the weekend and eat chocolate and watch, sad movies or rom-coms. The moon was in Cancer. Of course I would want to be on the couch and comfortable and nested in my blankets rather than out pursuing, extroverted activities. When you know where the moon is, it really just lifts a lot of the burden that we can carry. So let's talk about the moon this week. So what I do with my journal is I take note of, at the very beginning, at the tippity top, where is the moon and what phase is the moon in? Because the phase of the moon is important. And I go into that in the journal as well. The phase of the moon that we're in right now is waning. So right here, if I were to just kind of look at the beginning of the book, the moon phases, when we're working towards that new moon energy, so that dark moon, we're at that waning phase. And waning is really about letting go. It's preparing for the next cycle of creating. So if you are getting ready to manifest something, you have a big dream in your mind, early this week from Monday to Wednesday, you want to focus on, okay, what might be holding me back? So when you think about this lady, this beautiful young woman looking for that wave of opportunity, is there specifically, and I'm going to go with belief, that's important for you to shift or let go of so that you can see and receive the opportunity. For example, oh, it's too good to be true. Or, oh, some people say they're never a winner, they win nothing, and if that is the belief, so we're not talking mindset right now, we're talking belief, because The new moon in Virgo is at 21 degrees, and 21, if you look at the numerology behind that, the astrologer I studied with created a beautiful step system and talks about the 1 representing your heart and the 2 representing your emotions. And 1 plus 2 is 3, which equals belief. So what that means is you're saying, okay, what has my heart been desiring, and what are the feelings behind that heart's desire? Because that's what shapes your belief. So for example, let's say your heart had always desired to be a dancer, but somewhere along the way, your feelings got hooked onto this experience of, oh, you know what? I stumbled and I missed my entrance in that last performance. So you're feeling kind of low, or your self-esteem and self-confidence is down. So then there might be the belief that you're not good enough to join that company or try out for the team. So something needs to be shifted on the energetic level. So as we approach the new moon, the best thing you can do is say, okay, well, how can I use the energy leading up to the new moon to help me release the old belief that is holding me back from seeing the opportunities right in front of me? So we kick off the beginning of the week with moon in Leo. And what I do is I love to say, okay, well, what's my mood? I track it. Well, today I'm really ready to have fun, that Leo playful energy. Let's get out, spend a little extra time on my hair, my Leo mane. You know it's a Leo day. And I pulled a card for myself, like what's the most important thing I need to know about today? So that just informs me on my way, and I just take a little couple of insights and notes. I'll write more later as to how I feel about it. That's a little journaling aspect. Now the next piece of this, as we move throughout the rest of the week, we have Leo moon tomorrow. So these first 2 days I'm going to encourage you, use your imagination, be a little playful, have fun, tune into the things that bring you joy. It's going to shift your energy and vibration to make it easier to release that old belief. So it's kind of like subtraction through addition. If you've ever had incredible fitness gurus or teachers or guides, sometimes they'll say, instead of focusing on what you need to stop eating, add in more of the good stuff to crowd out the stuff that isn't serving your highest. Wednesday, the moon starts to move into that Virgo energy. And Virgo is very meticulous. It notices when things are out of alignment. That's why I think sometimes people label Virgos as perfectionists or needing things to be just right, but they have these analytical minds and they can sense when things are out of order, and it really bothers them because they have incredible integrity and ethics, the Virgos. So I want to encourage you, when you are working this week, you might notice every little detail that's off. You know, so as you're letting go of things and you're letting go and you're saying, okay, I'm getting ready to plant my intention with the new moon, because new moons are all about planting an intention, setting a seed that you're going to grow and foster over the next few weeks. But when you are doing that, if you have a belief that's holding you back, or if you're aware of every little thing that's wrong and you're like, oh, well, the bed just, it's National Make Your Bed Day, isn't that fun? But you're like, oh, if I can't toss the coin on the bed just, it's out of alignment. Or sometimes the patterns, even on the comforter, you're like, no, I got to straighten it up. And sometimes, you know, better, how do they say it? Better is, or better to have it done. I can't even remember, because you know what? I've got some Virgo in my chart and I resist this. I really do. But it's like better done imperfectly than never to do it waiting for the perfect expression. So if you know that term or that quote, please pop it somewhere in the comments. Because I definitely resist that. I like things to line up. I like them to really be harmonized, because even as an empath, we feel that energy. And even if you have no Virgo placements, meaning in your natal chart, and if I'm speaking Greek right now, then contact me. Let's talk more. I love to share the natal charts with people. So anyway, long story short, if you're feeling everything that's wrong, it's going to be hard to move forward. So with that being said, new moon in Virgo, plant an intention, a seed, and then we move into Libra. So there's a lot of, you know, the weekend's great for relationships, socializing, getting out and playing with friends, that Libra energy. But for the new moon in Virgo, I want to give you a little sacred practice Right now I'm working with the crystal citrine. And why citrine? Well, at the beginning of every month, and this is a dateless journal that I have, I work with specific practices. I give everybody the practices to work with. And here at the very beginning, you can see that for this month, the crystal is citrine up here in the corner, if I can kind of point to it. And citrine is a crystal of abundance and manifesting. And with new moons, it's great for manifesting. You're setting your intentions and your dreams. So I have a little affirmation that goes with that, and it says, I courageously stand in my power and take action for my highest good. So I could simply, with the new moon, have my crystal say that affirmation and kind of set that intention for my new moon manifestation dream. Like, what am I going to be growing and building? But I love to incorporate, so for me, what I'm going to do, because I also include the sacred geometry for every month, is the Sri Yantra. And so the Sri Yantra is a great focal point for meditating. And I'm going to simply just place my citrine at the very center and make a very basic crystal grid. And I give the instructions in the journal on how to do these things. But then when I meditate, I have the focal point of the Sri Yantra and the citrine to help to start to shift my vibration. And the cool thing about sacred geometry is simply by looking at it, your energy field is informed with information, and it gives you insight and data that goes beyond words. So for example, think of any sign or symbol that you see and all of a sudden you know, oh, this is what it means. You don't even have to have the words present and be able to understand. Like the red octagon. If you see a red octagon, it doesn't matter what language is on that red octagon, there's this innate knowing, stop. So whether it says stop or it says stop in another language, you know. It's an archetypal universal language. It transcends our common language. So with that being said, that's what the sacred geometry does, and this specifically is a yantra. All right, so that is the big information for this week. Oh, and I almost forgot, Mercury goes direct. Holy cannoli, it's going to be fantastic. So that means simply things are going to start moving forward again. It's going to be a little easier with communicating, getting to appointments on time. Technology will hopefully keep working nice and smoothly. And know that I hope you have an incredible week wherever you are. I'm thinking of you. If you have questions, pop them in the comments below. And if you want to know how to work with the crystals, making grids, or even incorporate some of these other sacred practices like using pendulum and cards, then I'm going to pop a link in the comments below. I have a very special offer that I'm sharing right now. Okay, have an amazing day. And Cindy, hello. I'm glad you found me. Mwah. Bye, guys. I'll catch you next week. Next Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Stop in. I can't even speak. Mercury needs to go direct. Stop in for the weekly energy weather report. All right. Bye, guys.